Good morning. I'm Sandy Walden from Serenity, your master grief coach. If you're joining me, give me a hello, send me a heart. Maybe let me know where you're from because I'd really like to know. If you're watching us on replay, same thing. Who are you? Where are you from? What do you think? And I'd really like to know how this resonates with you. So, the topic today is self care. Is it selfish to take good care of yourself? And I find this completely fascinating because I will often have people, particularly women, but also some men, say that I can't do this. I've been taught everybody else comes first. It's not okay for me to have enough rest because, after all, there are things that need to be done. It's not okay for me to have that piece of dessert because somebody else might want it. It's not okay for me to do any number of things. Good morning, Sue. Glad to see you here. Here's my take on this. Self-care is of paramount importance, not just for you, but for the people you love. If I'm not getting enough rest, how can I support you? If I'm not taking care of myself, how can I? You're so sweet, Sue. Thank you. If I'm not taking good care of myself, how can I think clearly when I'm working with you as a grief client? Selfish. What is selfish? To my way of thinking, being selfish is when I totally disregard how my actions would impact someone else. Being selfish is doing something that I want to do that might hurt others. I think that's selfish. So, no, I don't believe that good self care is selfish. I think it is a top priority. And when I work with my clients, it's something we talk about each and every session. What does self care look like for you? How are you experiencing it? Is it something that needs to be tweaked? So, the other part of this that we just talked about is rewriting your story. Because again and again, I hear, I can't help it. I have to be the doormat. That's what I was taught. Much talking as I do, I get a little dry. That's what you were taught. Perhaps you were taught by your parents, our culture, society at large, what we read. All of the above could be true, could be coming from other places. Here's what I know. We can reteach ourselves. We can rewrite the story we're telling. Look at this space I'm sitting in. Oh my gosh. This was a bedroom a few days ago. And I've decided that I wanted to have an office on the first floor of my house because I love the window. When this was a bedroom, I loved the color of the walls. You probably can't see here, but they're soft mustard and they're beautiful. However, when I decided to make this my office, I didn't like the color behind me at all. I'm in process of recreating this office, of rewriting my story. I didn't have to be locked in to what it was. So, if I move this camera a little bit, you can see some of the things that are coming up here. With the green curtains, I love the circles. And my Chinese chest, which is so important to me. See, the walls are being speckled. It's rewriting the story. You and I can rewrite our story of healing. It doesn't have to be what someone told us. We can rewrite our story about self-care. We can rewrite it. We can tell ourselves, no, I understand now that somebody taught me that taking time out to exercise was really selfish, and they did the best they could. But I now understand that that exercise clears my head, helps my body to be healthy, calms me, so that anxiety is released, and I can take care of the people I love. taking good care of myself makes me a better wife. It makes me a better mom. Even though my boys are in their 30s, it still matters. It makes me a better grandma when I talk to my grandkids. It makes me a much better coach. Good morning, Tammy Joe. It's crucial to our health to put it before anything else. She's saying self-care. And anyone else. I started running years ago when my daughters were young. I needed to release all this energy and emotion surrounding a relationship as it was taking its toll on me. And she says more, and I would love to read it, and I will. But I absolutely, completely agree with Tammy. You know what? I have to stop looking at the camera because it distracts me, and I apologize. It does matter what story we tell ourselves, what story we're telling others. What Tammy Jo is doing by taking care of herself is modeling to her children that they can take good care of themselves too. When we rewrite our story to include loving ourselves, to include taking excellent care of ourselves, we are teaching not only ourselves, but we are teaching everyone else in our environment that it's okay for them to take care of themselves as well. That we respect and appreciate that self-care matters. It's time to rewrite your story. That not only means your story about exercise and nutrition and sleep. For me, it also includes rewriting the story about grief. So many places I read or I hear, you have to hurt like this forever. I don't believe that's true. Certainly not my experiences, not the experience of the people I work with. I work with people who have just experienced grief as well as those who lost someone many years ago and everything in between. That message is not written in stone. And even if it is, that can be changed too. Because here's something interesting. One of my clients is literally rewriting the story on someone's headstone. That's right. That's granite. She's having it re-etched, or whatever the right language is, because there was something that was missing, and it's really important to her. Are you ready to rewrite your story? What if your story not only includes the broken heart, but the love that you've experienced for so long? Because that's what grief is about. It's about the love. It begins with beautiful self-care. Loving yourself enough to know that you deserve to feel better. And I believe you do deserve to feel better. And I am honored to help you, to support you. I've been a coach for many, many years, working specifically with those who are grieving is perhaps the most heart-filling work I've ever done. When you're ready, send me a private message. Let's talk about how I can support you. Or if you'd prefer, I'll put a little link down here and you can simply schedule a time for us to have a discovery call. If you listen to this, I'd love to hear what self-care looks like to you. How has it impacted your life? How is it helping you to shift into places that feel better? Even more, when you take care of yourself, how do you see that ripple spreading to others? Because self-care begins with you, but it affects everybody you care about. For now, I wish you a day of peace and gentle healing. I wish you a day of gentle self-care and self-love. I'm Sandy Walden, your Master Grief Coach. Thank you for spending your time with me. Namaste.